Hey everyone, and welcome back to another week 6 2025 TV NFL TV schedule update. This is TV schedule update with the announcer update preview for week 6 of the NFL season. So let's go talk about this another NFL schedule for week preview. So the first is Thursday football, Philadelphia Giants. Denver NY Jets is in London, and it's an NFL Network. And this year they're going back to the old how it was used to be, where they would have like NFL Network have one on 7 announcers. Then you would have the games, 2 games in London, and you would have different announcers. One Fox would get one, CBS would get one, and like NFL Network would get one. They would each have like different sets of announcers. They're necessarily feature announcer, number 1 or 2 announcers, but they would be like your third announcer. That's what Fox is doing. For the Ireland game, they did number 2 unscrew. They did the number like 3 unscrew. They did, so they did the doubleheader. True smart, Alabama, ruin that, and we had, and they want to mix up, not having the same team 2 weeks in a row. I mean, you might see the same team a couple of times, but once, twice, but you don't. You want to do as low as possible, if you can. So it maybe comes like playoff times. But we have Buffalo Atlanta on ESPN with Chris Fuller, Dan Oskin, loser. Buffalo's 4-1 after a loss to New England, and Atlanta is 2-2 after the off game by late time, I guess I'm gonna say. And then Washington. Chicago is 2-2. Washington is 3-2. So Philadelphia, and it's with Joe Buck Strickland. That's 8:50 Philadelphia NY Giants. They still got some WTX Fox 7 the Philadelphia area, and WNYW Fox 7 New York City area, and Denver NY Jets in London is going to be on. That's going to be simulcast on KMGH ABC 7 in Denver for the Denver Broncos fans area, but it's not the Sunday T market area for the Denver Broncos. It's only in the Denver, Colorado area. Whichever, you might see like Utah. You'll see New Mexico, Colorado. So that's what you'll normally see that area. So yeah, it's not that whole Sunday market. It's just the Denver metro area, and then and WNBC in the suburbs. And they have WNBC, NBC4 in New York City area. They get 2 they get 2 simulcasts. The NY Giants game on Amazon, and they get the NY Jets in London. And then Buffalo at Atlanta is simulcast in WGRZ, NBC2 in the Buffalo, New York area, and in the immediate Buffalo, New York area, and WUPA CBS 69 in Atlanta, in the Georgia area. And by this week are Houston and Minnesota. Houston is 1-4 after that win against a banged up Baltimore team. In Minnesota, the 7 had a really down year this year because they're so injured at key positions, really, really key positions. And then in Minnesota, it was 3-2 with a banged up offense and banged up quarterback. They have us, but so And then the featured announcer crew is Inigo and JJ Watt. Number 2 announcer crew. They get the Cleveland at Pittsburgh. There's 5 national games each. There's going to be 5 on CBS and 5 on Fox. There should be. There's 32 teams, so you want to buy, and you have 5 of them, and so that'll be 20 teams. So there'll be 5 on CS, 5 on Fox. In the early window, you have Inigo, JJ Watt, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Rose Fraser. Pittsburgh is the best team of this bunch. Pittsburgh is 3-2, or 2-2. And it's Pittsburgh 2-2. No, Pittsburgh's 3-1. And the Browns are 1-4. Cleveland's 1-4, but Pittsburgh is 3-1. So they have a good, they're not bad though. So Pittsburgh, that's no surprise to feature team. It's an AFC North Division matchup. No real surprise right there. The Chargers had a slide. They won 3 in a row. Won 3 division games in a row. One against Denver, one against Kansas City, one against Denver, one against Las Vegas. So they won 3 in a row. Won those 3, and then they lost 2 in a row. Let's see if they can bounce back to 4-2. LA Chargers. So, and you can shows you Jason McCourty. That's me. LA Chargers maybe. And then New England at New Orleans with Brady to Emert Chaletta. And that should be a good game. I mean, I don't know if that's the best game, but New England is now 3-2. New Orleans is 1-4 after. That's really no surprise there that they're number 5 on the screw. Number 4 on the screw. It's the Lakers, Miami. And then the featured on the screw. The NFL switched around. Was going to have New England was going to have Cincinnati maybe a featured game on CBS late window, and New England runs be the secondary CBS late window game. And then San Francisco Tampa Bay was going to be the featured CBS late window game. However, that plan does not work out because Cincinnati Browman they decided to bring in they basically gave away Joe Flacco. They traded Joe Flacco on a 6th round pick, and they wanted a 5th round pick in return. They essentially gave Joe Flacco away and for a backup pick. And basically, Jake Browning's done. So they're going to try out Joe Flacco quarterback for Cincy. And Joe Flacco ended up beating Green Bay. And if he plays for Cincy, instead of Jake Browning, they ended up with their defense. I mean, not how good the Cincinnati's defense is not like impressive or not. But we'll see if they can beat Green Bay. Joe Flacco can. I don't know. We'll see. It'd be kind of interesting to play in the same team twice. And it's not like a division opponent in the regular season. Because you get traded in the season. So that'd be kind of interesting if that's the case. And then the late window. On CBS. Or Fox has not been mentioned. The Fox announcers. The feature game, however, is in the early window. Items at Baltimore is the featured game, and this which I'm kind of surprised that LA Rams at Baltimore is the featured game. I really am. I know LA Rams is a good team market, big team market, but still, I mean, for them to be a featured game is really surprising because Baltimore is no Lamar Jackson, is correct, and they're all banged up, pretty banged up. It should be a game that LA goes to 5-1. This could get ugly. That game could get ugly quickly. It could be one of those games where if you don't in the feature, if you're not within like the Sunday team market area, maybe either the immediate area of that, or you're not in the Sunday team market area, or whatever. However, CBS determines it. You have to stay watch a whole game regardless. NFL rules. The same match your local team regardless. 30-point rule might apply in effect for that one national game. Rams at Baltimore. Then Dallas at Carolina. Dallas, Carolina is 2-3. Dallas is 2-1. Well, Carolina is 2-3. So that should, I can see why it's second feature game, even though it's Dallas. Carolina does have a little intrigue to it. It's because it's Dallas, though. So then number 3 game is Jacksonville. Now, Seattle is 3-2. Well, Jacksonville was 4-1. Seattle did lose with thrown interception to Jackson. Sam Darnold through the game losing interception. He did really well in the game. Just that one interception, one costly interception late in the game, and won it to make it, and lost it with Tampa Bay 3-5 game field goal last second on the last final play of the game. So yeah, I'm surprised to see how Jackson was at the featured game. I really am. I really, really am. I mean, it should be, but I don't know, will it be though? I think there might be a lot of areas though in the country that flex to Seattle at Jacksonville though. They flex out of LA Rams at Baltimore. I can see it though, because that is the best game of the week on the Fox single. That's the best game. Plus I can see LA Rams just destroy Baltimore, and if Baltimore has Russian with all those injuries, could see straight again, big blowout, and I could see them being forced to send it to another game that's more competitive, and it'll actually probably be Seattle Jacksonville. If it's over a certain amount of points, they can choose that, and if it gets out in competitiveness, then the NFL can choose to send it to another game, and they will. Seattle Jacksonville, because I'm thinking it'll get ugly. Could get ugly in that one. And then Arizona, Indianapolis, I'm no surprise there. I can see Indianapolis is 4-1. Should be 5-0 probably, but the one-off game against LA Rams, they didn't play like too terribly. I mean, they could, if they would have turned maybe a little bit better, not sloppy, it would have been 5-0. Arizona is 2-3. Arizona is probably Indianapolis should be Arizona, so a good favorite. So I could see 2-4 against 5-1. And then Tennessee at Las Vegas, the number 5-0 screw. And that really does not surprise me. Number 5-0 screw. Tennessee and Las Vegas. Tennessee is 1-4. Las Vegas is 1-4. Neither team's looking great, neither teams look like really great team. I mean, neither teams look like. I mean, they've had like average at best. Like Tennessee, when they won, they looked average at best. Like last week, last Sunday again, or Sunday against Sunday against Indianapolis, Las Vegas looked like horrible. The Las Vegas Raiders look horrible. So I don't see Las Vegas really winning that one. Or I mean, Las Vegas. Yeah, I do see Las Vegas maybe winning against Tennessee. But yeah, but in I can see where Tennessee Las Vegas would be would be the last game because they're both 1-4. Those two teams are really bomb the run, go 1-5. So I'm just intrigued to see which is featuring. Yeah, if Adams of Baltimore is really the feature team, or if the game that should actually really go the feature game. Based on record, as CBS goes 3-2 Seattle at 4-1 Jackson. Will that happen though? I could see it, but I mean, if that's not the case, I could see a decent sub of the country decided to show decided to flex in that one as if extreme, just like they did a good bit for Detroit at Cincinnati.